Okay, let me show you the items I bought at my latest auction. First thing I bought was a Lester golf cart charger, and I'm assuming that it's not working because when I went to pick it up, the lid was removed, so it tells me that somebody tried to fix something. The other thing I got was this electric battery charger, and if you look at the back, somebody had already cut the cables off, so missing that. So it's safe to say that that is probably not functioning right either. So we're gonna just tear it down. All right, so I paid $15 for that. I paid, I believe, $8. Then I got this pile of extension cords. I paid $7 for that. And I'm gonna show you my auction receipt here. Okay, so before we get started on our battery chargers that we've got at the auction, let's go take some of our scrap to the scrap yard. And we're back, and here's the results. So we went down there and we scaled in at 5,020, scaled out at 4,680 for a total of 340 pounds. Still at the low price of $120 a ton, or 6 cents a pound. And that comes up to $20.40. Now, the scrapyards always round up or down. So if that was 2060, I'd have got $21, but instead I got a $20 bill. So we will take that $20 and add it to our collection of money. Now let's go ahead and start breaking down these auction buys. Now let me tell you about this extension cord. This is easy money right here, and I know I paid $7 for that, but just looking at the pictures, I figured that there's probably about 10 pounds of electrical cord there. I'm not sure. We're going to weigh it up here, but here's what I got to do. I'm going to do it right now. So this is what I got to do. Take these ends, a couple of them in here. Cut them off. Set them aside. All right, put this on the scale, turn that on, and we'll tear it out so we're at zeros. And that's all it's to it. We come up with 10.25 pounds. So let me break this down for you. We had 10.25 pounds, and I can take that to the scrapyard and they'll pay me $1.10, and it comes out to $11.27. You've seen it took me literally less than a minute to do that. So I mean, some people might think spending $7 on electrical cords like that is crazy, but look at the profit. I mean, for a minute's worth of work, I turned that total of $7.84 is what it cost me, the 12%, so $7 plus 12% buyer fee. I turned it into $11.27, and I hardly had to do anything. That's a great profit. So I'm going to call that a win right there. Even though it's not much money, I'm telling you, if you can buy extension cords, check with your scrap yard and see what they're paying for extension cords. $1.10 at mine. So every chance I get, I buy extension cords. And you can usually look at the pictures. If you're doing an online auction, you can look at the pictures and you can kind of give a guesstimate. I really bought that based on about 10 pounds of wire. And a little bit of it was from the electrical cords from the machines here. I know it might sound crazy, but extension cord, you can make some money on extension cord if you get it for the right price. There's very little work involved in it, and you could break it down and strip it if you wanted to and make even more money, but that has a lot of work. It's a whole lot easier to just cut the ends of it off and take your money. All right, let's move on here. Let's go ahead and dig into these machines here. I'm going to start with this one here. I paid $15 for that one there, plus the buyer fee. All right, so this golf cart battery charger has an aluminum housing on, so that's a plus. Like I said, the top comes right off there, so somebody had been in it before. Now here's the money right here. The question is it copper or is it aluminum? I haven't checked. I was waiting to do a video on it, and we'll see at the same time. So here we go. I don't know if you can see that sparkle. That there is copper. Now there's a smaller section. This is a fatter wire here, so I don't know. Let's check it. And that looks to be aluminum. So we got a big side here and a small side. The small side is aluminum. Yeah, and the bigger one, which that's good news. So the big one is copper. $15 I spent on this. I don't have great hopes right now, but we're going to go ahead and take it apart and see what we get out of it. All right, we're going to do this the easy way.
All right, that looks like that's all of our copper. Not feeling like it's going to be a lot, but we're going to have to combine it with the aluminum and see what we get.
Okay, so here's what we've been waiting for. The copper, let's weigh this stuff up. We'll weigh the copper and the aluminum. Get the scale zeroed out here. Okay, and we come in at 4.7 minus 2/10 for the tub. So we got 4.5. Let's weigh up the aluminum. Zero the scale out here. Now, I broke down the box that it came in at was all aluminum, plus the wire there. And we come up with 3.7 pounds. This isn't looking too good for me. So here's the breakdown on that. 4.5 pounds of copper at 340, it comes to 1530. And the aluminum, 3.7 pounds at 60 cents a pound, comes to 222 for a total of 1752. Now we paid $15 plus 12% buyer fee for a total of 1680. We profited 72 cents. Not my best, but you know what? That's all right. Let's keep going. We still have this battery charger, and it's pretty heavy, so I've got a good feeling about that. That we paid $8 for, plus 12%. All right, let's go ahead and break this battery charger down and see what we got inside this. All kinds of goodies in here. There's aluminum heat sink right there. It's a nice piece of aluminum. I'll scrap that. All scrap. Now for the big reveal. Transformer. Let's see what we got here. Alright, let's see if we got aluminum or copper. Pretty heavy, so I'm gonna guess copper, but who knows. Could just be the steel. Oh yeah, that's copper. All right. Let's bring her down and see what we got.
Here we go.
All right, so here's the moment of truth. See how we did on this final battery charger here. I'm gonna weigh up the wire that I pulled out of here because that pays something. And we come up with 1 pound, 1 pound of wire. All right, we'll throw that in our wire bucket. And I'm gonna weigh this chunk of aluminum because it's pretty weighty. Nice extruded aluminum, comes up to 1.95 pounds. That's a nice chunk of aluminum. And we got our copper. Here's our copper. Throw that on the scale. 485. But we got to take 2/10 off for this blue tub. So 465. Okay, so let's break it down on paper here, see what we come up with. Okay, so I paid $8 for this battery charger plus 12% buyer fee. It come to $8.96. The wire, we had 1 pound at $1.10 a pound. Aluminum, 1.95 pounds at 60 cents a pound, comes to $1.17. And the copper, 4.65 pounds at $3.40, comes to $15.81 for a total of $18.08 and a profit of $9.12. So I'm quite happy with that. It didn't take me very long to do that at all. So let's do the final. Here's a final total. We spent a total of $33.60 at the auction. And if you remember, $11.27 from the extension cords, which took literally a minute. Didn't have to do anything. That was our best profit if you want to go on an hourly wage. The golf cart charger, we made $17.52. Not much of a profit. And the battery charger, $18.08 on that for a grand total of $46.87. So I made a profit, and it makes me happy, and I'm good with that. I was out here doing what I enjoy doing. Okay, so I got to go work on some other things so I can get it to the scrapyard and get paid. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.